Zuppardi's of Beats is a legendary, long-standing pizzeria in West Haven, Connecticut that is often grouped with the iconic pizza restaurants of New Haven. Zuppardi's may also just be one of the best spots for pizza in the country. As a result, I embarked on a sort of pilgrimage from New York to West Haven to feast on some truly great pizza. Today I'm here in the beautiful city of West Haven, Connecticut, and it is an absolutely picture-perfect summer day. Right now I'm seated right along the beautiful shoreline of the city, and I'm absolutely loving it. But I didn't come here just to sightsee. As with most things in my life, food is my main motivation. I came here to eat at a very special pizza restaurant. I ate at a spot that I've always wanted to go to. I went to the legendary Zuppardi's. Now, New Haven is unquestionably one of the best spots in the world for pizza. West Haven, on the other hand, is a completely different city, but a lot of their pizza spots get grouped with the New Haven originals. Zuppardi's is probably the most famous pizzeria here, and it is regarded as being among the very best pizzerias in the country. Like I said, I've always wanted to go to the restaurant. I had some time off. Today looked like a great day weather-wise, plus I've never been to West Haven, and I always like seeing someplace new, so that's why I'm here. This was my experience at Zuppardi's. My journey to Zuppardi started early at Grand Central Terminal in New York City, where I was very proud of myself for exercising some self-control when it came to getting my breakfast. I went to the donut plant and purchased a coffee and a mini donut as opposed to one of the regular-sized offerings. I wanted to reserve my stomach space mainly for pizza. Soon enough, I boarded my train to West Haven, where I enjoyed a relaxing ride to Connecticut. Upon arriving, I had a bit of a walk to Zuppardi's, but it wasn't long until I arrived at that glorious, legendary temple for pizza. Zuppardi's was established in 1934 by Dominic Zuppardi, who was a baker that learned his trade in Italy. Zuppardi's was first known as Salerno's Bakery and sold bread as well as pizza. It was in the late 1940s when Dominic fell ill and the responsibilities of the establishment fell to his son, Anthony Zuppardi, who recognized the popularity of their pizza. Because of this, Anthony decided to focus on pizza and expanded the menu. Eventually, the name of the shop was switched from Salerno's Bakery to Zuppardi's of Beats. Today, the business is still family-owned and has even expanded to a couple other cities. Needless to say, I was excited. I arrived to Zuppardi's not long after it opened and was the first customer of the day that was seated. However, the restaurant would quickly fill up, and I noticed a lot of people coming in to pick up takeout orders. Once I was settled, I began to look over the menu. There were a number of intriguing specialty pizzas, and of course, one can build their own pie. I felt compelled to get Zuppardi's fresh clam pizza since it's one of their specialties, and I was in the New Haven area after all. However, my personal favorite style of pizza is a tomato sauce-based pie with cheese and a simple topping of either sausage or pepperoni. As a result, I got a sausage pizza as well. So I just ordered. I probably got more food than I'll be able to eat, but you know, I came a long way, so I'm gonna make the most of it. Plus, I am starving. It wasn't long before I was presented with my pizzas, and they looked beautiful. For the past week, I was fantasizing about the pizza from Zuppardi's, and now there was a veritable tower of pizza before me. I was so happy. I started off by trying the fresh clam pie. First, I squeezed a bit of the lemon over the pizza and then gave it a go. The pizza was excellent. Zuppardi's clam pie consisted of shucked, two-order little neck clams on top of a white pizza consisting of a mixture of garlic and spices. One also has the option of adding mozzarella, which is what I did because I love cheese and I was simply loving my pizza. Now, I haven't had a ton of clam pizzas, they're just not that common, but Zuppardi's example was easily the best that I've ever had. I even liked it more than the clam pie from the legendary New Haven pizzeria of Frank Pepe. It was the quality of the clams that really set Zuppardi's apart from the rest. They were big and fresh, plus the combination of the garlic and spices were fantastic. In terms of the base and crust of the pizza, it was very flavorful, but the slices were a little floppy, but not dramatically so. In fact, I thought Frank Pepe's crust and base were better than Zuppardi's, but the quality of the clams and balance of flavors on Zuppardi's pie were able to transcend that aspect. The textural differences between the two pizzerias is partly due to their pizza ovens. The original Frank Pepe utilizes a coal-fired brick oven, while Zuppardi's has a gas oven. The coal-fired oven no doubt contributed a greater char and texture to Frank Pepe's pies, but I still enjoyed the bake on Zuppardi's pizza. Now, I loved that fresh clam pie, but I was really glad to alternate between eating that and my sausage pizza. My first bite of the sausage pizza was outstanding. It just had to be one of the best sausage pizzas that I've ever had, and I was so happy. This pizza is literally perfect. Everything is just so well balanced. Just like the clam pie, the bake on the sausage hit the mark, but it was even floppier. However, that's mainly due to the sheer weight of the topping. In terms of the cheese and tomato sauce, the proportions were on point and the flavors were simply wonderful. The star of that pizza, however, was no doubt the sausage. In fact, the quality of the sausage is why I feel that Zuppardi's sausage pizza is better than the New Haven legends of Sally's Apizza and Modern Apizza. Now, both of those restaurants had amazing sausage pizza, but I just like Zuppardi's better. Between my fresh clam pie and my sausage pizza, I was so happy eating that lunch. Although, there's no doubt about it, that was a hell of a lot of food. I ordered both of my pies in the smallest size, which measured 12 inches and contained 6 slices. I noticed that most people in the restaurant were content with just a single small pizza. I am, however, not like most people and was perfectly satisfied with 2 pizzas. Plus, I did come a long way to Zuppardi's and I wanted to make the most of my meal. During my lunch, I also got to talking with a local who is seated right near me and has lived in the area for decades. He said that Zuppardi's has kept up their quality and hasn't changed a bit over the years, which I was glad to hear. In addition, he recommended a couple of other pizzerias in the area like Roseland Apizza and Mike's Apizza, which I actually walked past later in the day. I thought that maybe I should have some pizza for dessert, but no, I was full. In fact, Mike's was closed anyway. Finished. 2 pizzas, no problem. After going through an absolute ton of napkins and crushing 2 pizzas, I was finished, and it was time for the bill, which totaled to $41.60, but with my tip, I spent $50. Now, that's definitely a lot for a casual pizza lunch, but I ate twice what a normal person does, and I ordered the more costly clam pie, which was $26.25. However, if you compare the price of Zuppardi's clam offering to some of the pizzerias in New York City also serving clam pies, it's a bargain. Plus, the sausage pizza was only $12.50. In summation, I had no problem paying that bill, especially considering the quality of the food I ate. I was very pleased. My lunch at Zuppardi's exceeded all of my expectations. That was absolutely amazing. That was unquestionably some of the best pizza that I've ever had, and I think that had to be the very best clam pizza that I've ever had. The sausage pizza might have actually been the best sausage pizza that I've ever had as well. All around, Zuppardi's clearly lives up to the hype. My lunch was spectacular. It is without a doubt a destination-worthy pizza restaurant. It was so worth it coming all the way here from New York City. I would absolutely say Zuppardi's is on the same level as the legends in New Haven like Frank Pepe, Sally's, and Modern. And in some aspects, I think Zuppardi's exceeds them. Regardless of which one's the best, I'm just happy that I live so close to a very special part of the world for pizza. As for finishing those 2 pizzas, it was no problem. When they're that good, it wasn't that hard. Plus, like I said, I was pretty hungry. In fact, I could probably even eat maybe a little more, but one thing I would really like is some liquid. I am so thirsty right now. In summation, Zuppardi's was one of the best pizzerias that I've ever been to. It was absolutely fantastic. It lives up to the hype, and my lunch was incredible. And now I've got to find something to drink. I am dying of thirst, but then I'm gonna explore this beautiful area. West Haven really is a pretty place. While Zuppardi's was the reason why I traveled to West Haven, I wanted to make the most of my day with some sightseeing. When I've gone on pizza dining missions to New Haven, there's a decent amount of stuff to do in this city besides eating. New Haven has great architecture, Yale University, and a fantastic art museum. West Haven, on the other hand, doesn't quite have as many sights, but it has an incredible shoreline, which is what I mainly explored. In fact, West Haven has the largest stretch of publicly accessible shoreline in Connecticut. The city's tract of land on Long Island Sound comprises 25% of the state's public beaches, which I took advantage of as it was a beautiful day. I did a bit of swimming, but I mainly read. Part of the reason why I wanted to come to West Haven was that it would allow me to make some decent progress on the book I was reading, which I unfortunately hated. I read D.H. Lawrence and Italy, which was a book composed of 3 smaller sorts of works centering on the famous author's travels in Italy. It wasn't all bad, there's certainly some merit to the work, but I largely found it boring, and I got tired of hearing Lawrence's constant complaints. At least I made some good progress on the book. As my day came to an end, I trekked further along the coast of West Haven, but it was time to start heading back to New York. However, I underestimated how long it would take me to walk back to the train station. As a result, I had to run a lot of the way back, which wasn't easy with my heavy bag and the 2 pizzas in my stomach. But I made it to the train station with a few minutes to spare. It was certainly a great day in West Haven. I had incredible pizza, saw beautiful scenery, and made some good progress on my crappy book. I was happy.